Hi all, good morning.
Good morning.
Hello.
Good morning, Jagdish.
Hello.
I can hear you.
Hello. I cannot hear you. Can anyone hear me? And speak back.
Yes, Jagdish, we can hear you.
Okay. I can hear you. Thank you.
Yeah.
I will start sharing my screen. Before that, we will look into accounts payable module today. That we will look later for some reason. So we'll start with our accounts payable module. Okay. Let me give a basic intro about accounts payable module. One minute before that, we can check the rules of the. Okay. Okay, basically what accounts payable module we will create in accounts payable module, what transaction we will record is whatever transaction we are making a purchase from your supplier. Okay, Accounts payable module means the name itself says that it is payables. We have to pay something, right? So whom we have to pay? We have to pay to our supplier. So complete account payable modules is about the recording the invoice given by your supplier and making payment to the invoice against the invoice to your supplier. This is the basic idea of your accounts payable module. Okay. Before going into transaction, we have to make our mandatory setups. Let us start with the mandatory setups. Um, okay. First setup was in accounts payable is manage user. What I'm going to do is, this is my implementation user. We will call it as two different users. One as an implementation user and another one as an system user. This we our user fin underscore IFL is already defined as an implementation user. But what I am going to do is now is I'm going to check whether it is defined as a system user or not. Okay. In general, finance team will not create this. Usually the HR team, HCM team will create and it will be ready for you. So if it's not ready for you also, you have to raise a request with HCM team. You won't have access to do this in real time. Okay. So let me check with my search here. There is no result found and it is not there. I'm creating my system user. And I'm linking my user account with my system implementation user account. Person type, I'm keeping it as employee. Sorry. So that's done. I've just created my user and linked with my implementation user for an email ID I did and which business unit I belong to. Why we are doing this setup is, so basically when you want to create your supplier, you have to define your user as a procurement agent. Otherwise, you will not be able to create your supplier and supplier sites. Let me say this. We have created our user. It is done now. And go to my implementation user screen. We have to navigate into security console. So my associated worker information comes here. This is mandatory to create our procurement agent. Don't worry about all this. This will be taken care of the human capital management team. I'm just giving you an overview on this, but you have to know this, how to do. Basically, you can remember this setup, manage user. Without manage user, we cannot create manage procurement agent. Procurement agent is nothing but You understood the word procure, right? Whoever purchasing goods from the supplier, the agent, there should be some agent to purchase a goods from the supplier, right? That's the person we are defining our user. Now I'm navigating into the setup. Payables, procurement agent. Click on plus. Select your procurement BU, which business unit you are going to define. US one business unit, and then I'm selecting our user. The main reason why I defined it there was this. It is about the skill. If you doesn't define the manage user, if you you cannot find your user. Only if you have defined your user in a manage user, means system user, then only you can find your username here. Otherwise, you cannot create your user as a procurement agent. If you doesn't create your user as a procurement agent, you will not have access to create your supplier sites and all. You will not have access. So for that reason, it is mandatory to create your user in manage user. Then you have to come here and select your user in the procurement agent screen. That's all. So if you have purchase requisition, your purchase requisition default view, otherwise it will automatically get default. This is about printer and all. Those variables is not required. And then this one, just remember again, what this one is related to supply chain management. We have nothing to do with this. Supply chain management will take care of this particular thing. Why? Because see, for example, you can see manage requisition, purchase order. What this access says is, for example, but you are creating a purchase order. Okay. Uh, Whenever you're creating a purchase order, see, it is saying access to other agent documents. For example, you are creating a purchase order, myself creating a purchase order. Your user is pin underscore IMPL, my user is SCM underscore IMPL. So when you give this access as none, you are given none, right? Manage purchase order. It means that whatever purchase order created by you is only accessible. Okay, created by other agents is not accessible to you. You cannot see the purchase orders created by other agents. If you give this as full, view means you can only view, modify means you can only modify, full means you can have all access to delete, cancel, everything. Okay, so if you want to access the other agent's purchase order, you can give this to full. Like this requisition, purchase agreement, negotiation, sourcing programs, all those things, manage supply, not applicable, apply qualification, whatever things you want to access, you can, the same concept will be applicable for each and every row. That's it about the procurement agent screen. Any doubts here? Okay. Save and close. So this one saved. Manage user and procurement agent is done. Now I'm navigating to the most important and the hard setup of the payables. Common options for payable and procurement. Okay. So in this option, we will select our account. Okay, what is the liability account for this business unit, procurement account for this business unit, bills payable for the business unit, this conversion rate variance and gain. For example, your invoice is in USD currency. Okay, your payment has to be done in euro currency. Okay, so you have booked the invoice to the 18th. So today the rate may be 1.26. If you're making a payment the day after tomorrow, the rate may be 1.24. So the rate got reduced, right? Your invoice was 1.26 and the rate of today was 1.24. So if your supplier agreed with paying the rate on the payment date or invoice date, most of the supplier will agree on the payment based on your invoice date. Okay. So then when you are paying on the 1.24, but you are paying 1.26 on the 1.24 day, it's a loss, right? So system will automatically capture a loss in this conversion rate variance account, where system will pick this account. Means you have to provide the account here. It's a mandatory option. Without that, you cannot save the this common option for payable and procurement setup. Okay, yes. Payable setup and then discount taken. What if discount in AP we will say as discount taken, in AP in AR we will say as discount allowed. Why we are telling in AP discount taken and AR discount allowed is in AP we will take the discount, right? Our supplier, we were purchasing something from supplier. Supplier will provide us a discount like 2% discount, 5% discount. If you pay before this, you can take 5% discount, whatever it is. So we are taking the discount, right? We are enjoying the discount. So in AP, we will mention it as a discount taken. In AR, we will mention it as a discount allowed. We are allowing to our customer, right? So we have to provide which account. Then miscellaneous this account. What if the freight comes in this account? Prepayment tax difference this account. Retail agent this account. In general, we will provide what is the default account for this business unit. We will provide all those information here. Okay. Then I'm moving. See, guys, this is an important setup. You can ask any questions. You stop and you can ask any questions till these three setups. Okay, very important setups. You can stop me and anywhere ask the questions. And automatic offset. What does it mean by automatic offset? Let me put an example here. Yesterday we saw, right, intercompany. Intercompany means between the two different balancing segment value, correct? So automatic offset means in general this will be kept to none. 100% never I have seen people using this. Why? Because what it will happen is, see, 101 and 102. This is your credit and this is your debit. Okay. If in this case, system should automatically generate one more debit for your 101, right? But what system will do, if you keep this one as primary, if you keep this option as primary balancing segment, automatically offset will be there. What will happen? This 102 will automatically change to 101 and system will account for it. It will not create any intercompany invoice. This is the functionality Oracle has given. So in general, this is not required because people who think there is no intercompany for me in manual error by my user was entered means they can use this option. It will automatically offset and will not stop your invoice from validating. But in general, most of the organization use intercompany. There will be a scenario. Right? They have to at least share their management fees between their companies. So in this case, offset will be kept to none so that the intercompany rules apply. This is the general options of this automatic offset. This one, I'm saying about primary balancing segment will get offset. This one, all segments other than natural account will get offset. Okay, that is what it is saying. See, whenever I'm putting this, this is on debit, this is on credit, there is no 120 year, right? It will automatically put 120 year and accounting. So that is not recommended. So always we will keep this automatic offset to a none option. Okay. Then there is a concept called one-time payment. Okay, we will create a supplier and we will make a one-time payment. We are sure that they are not a regular supplier. For some cases, we have to pay them. We can use this option called one-time payment. Here, if you want to use the option one-time payment, what is your liability? What is your expense should automatically get picked for the one-time payment scenario. That you will give a default account here. Next, conversion, currency conversion. What is the currency? As we are seeing in the general ledger and intercompany cash management, every setup, this we can default here, and while creating a transaction, we can change. Okay. This one is realized gain distribution and realized loss distribution. Conversion rate variance, I told, like whenever we are doing it from our invoices to a payment for the next date, it is called as conversion rate to loss and gain. But once it is done, let's take an example. If you have paid your invoice, if you're paid, let's take an example. If you're paid an invoice already, and you are, for example, let's take today your invoice has been created, and a day after tomorrow, the conversion rate and variant last tomorrow, the invoice has been paid in a different rate. So whether it is a loss or gain, it is called as your conversion rate loss and gain. And when you're finally realizing, you're running revaluation or something, when you're finally realizing your loss and variance, in which account it should